Ron DeSantis, in his latest proof of being completely not ready for prime time, ended up massively triggered at his own press conference. We're going to look at a couple of clips, and the story here is this guy is so not ready or able to handle a protracted and ugly national primary campaign against Donald Trump. He's just not ready. I don't know if he ever will be. He's so uncharismatic. He's so triggerable that I just don't know that he can ever do it. Here, DeSantis cuts off a reporter who tries to ask him about his anti-trans policies, and DeSantis yells out, "How many people here are paid?" or something like that.
Cultural issues that you've identified with. Do you think American voters want a
How many of these people
labor?
were paid to come? I mean, like, honestly, it's like, seriously, some of this stuff is just totally manufactured. And when you talk to people, and I know like people in your industry will dress it up with a euphemism and they'll say it's health care to cut off the private parts of a 14 or 15-year-old. That is not health care. That is mutilation.
Whoa.
And so when we're standing up against that,
This guy's off his rocker.
And so when we're standing up against that, we're protecting these kids. We had Chloe Cole. We've had other people who went through this when they were minors. Now they're older. And it's like the biggest regret of their life. They feel like that they were manipulated. I understand there's some physicians that are very ideological about it. But the fact is, people go through a lot when they're teenagers. You grow out of it most of the time in these situations. 80-90% resolves by the time you get there. Sweden, these European countries that went down this road have done a big U-turn. They said this is not good medical practice, and so they don't do it anymore. So all we're doing is doing what's right. The idea that this would have been something that people would have even been controversial, even like 10 years ago, would not have been something that anybody would have said.
Well, you know, what's funny is 10 years ago, the right wasn't obsessed with it. The treatments have gotten better, but 10 years ago, the difference was the right wasn't obsessed with it. And in some senses, it was actually a better process to go through and get the treatment that people wanted to get and that they believed was right for them in consultation with their doctors. DeSantis asked about, are you going to run in 2024 or not? And he says relatively soon he's going to get on that. Relatively soon.
What do you have to say about a Republican colleague saying that it would be political malpractice for you not to run for the White House?
Well, look, I mean, I think that I started to get asked about this actually years ago.
Right.
But it's like, look, I was in my first term as governor. We were doing good things. A lot of the stuff I was doing that I think put me on the map was because I was getting criticized for it, especially during COVID.
Right.
Turned out
he didn't want to be in the spotlight. He was just doing the right things and people started paying attention.
That Florida handled it right, and then many other things there. But I was like, look, at the end of the day, you know, as a leader, you get things done, very important, but you also got to take that case to the voters, and you got to be able to get some support on the election front. And so I felt very confident going into November 22, we were going to do very well. But you really had to put up or shut up on that. And so we did that. And I think that was something that was really significant. So then people have been asking a lot after that.
This is all him pretending like he never really was looking to run, but everybody just came to him and they were so impressed.
But I also understood that we had this opportunity here to be able to really, really do a lot of great stuff. And I've always said that we're going to see this through, and that's what we're going to do. You know, what happens in the future, look, people will get on that relatively soon. I mean, there's just, you know, you either got to put up or shut up on that as well. So
what's weird is if he says he's going to see this through, that suggests that he would stay for the whole gubernatorial term. But clearly, if he's going to run in 2024, that's not going to happen. Unless with the law change, he's actually going to try to be a functional governor. And I don't know what the guy's planning. It's all crazy. It's all really, really crazy. And of course, that term wouldn't be over. If he became president, he would end up leaving. I don't know what he means by we're going to see it through. There was then he wrapped up with talking about cutting off private parts, which is a classic that they now are in love with repeating over and over again.
Legislature prohibited doing things like double mastectomies. They prohibited doing things, you know, with male private parts that are very graphic. They prohibited pumping these minors with puberty blockers, which
Pumping.
is just not something that it's appropriate. So I think those are appropriate guardrails. Look, there's some parents that this is something that they want to go down that road. But I think a lot of parents, they just want what's best for their kid. Their kid may be going through something. So then they'll go to a physician, and the physician is pushing this stuff on the family. And that's wrong. And so we're happy that we were able to do that.
Remember that they've still not demonstrated, to my satisfaction, certainly, that physicians are pushing things on people. For a lot of these folks, explaining options that exist, they say that's a form of pushing.
I understand some of those same activists were upset about the death penalty for raping the minors under 12. Why are you upset about that? Is that really the hill that you want to die on? I think some of these people that, particularly the serial abusers of these kids, I think the only appropriate punishment is capital punishment in those situations.
Kill them. He's saying kill them. Is he talking about doctors? Who is he talking about? It's just a little bit vague, so you can't be totally sure.
So we were right to do that, and we'll continue to do what's right. So, all right, everybody. God bless. Thanks so much.
God bless you, everybody. Okay, yeah, we're going to kill doctors. Thank you very much. Now, the polling keeps getting worse for DeSantis. It's not dramatically worse. This is a 2024 Republican nomination poll, and it actually has a chart. You see that the second line here, this DeSantis line, it peaked in mid-February and then got almost back up there in late March. But there's been this pretty significant decline. Quite frankly, the decline started right before Trump got arrested and then did get arrested, continuing to kind of stick between. DeSantis was between 23 and 24 for a while in the primary polling. Remember, this is against Trump. He's now down between 22 and 23. So the polling's getting worse. Not dramatically worse, but it really doesn't seem like this guy has what it takes. And it's so easy to get under his skin. I hope he does run, because I think it's better for the Democratic nominee, and it's worse for DeSantis, and it's worse for Trump. If you're looking for the perfect Mother's Day gift, our sponsor, Aura Frames, creates incredible, ultra-quality digital frames for displaying pictures and videos. You can preload the frame with your favorite memories, pictures, videos for mom to see when she opens it up. You can update it with unlimited photos and videos from anywhere using the Aura Frames app. No fees ever, no limits on storage. Aura Frames was voted the #1 digital picture frame by Wirecutter, The Strategist, and Wired Magazine. My mom loves the frame I gave her. I also have an Aura frame in my house. When we were just traveling, I was able to immediately add pictures which pop up on my mom's frame. And I've noticed the photos look like real prints, such high resolution, and the display is calibrated so that you can not even tell it's a screen. Aura Frames has an awesome Mother's Day deal for my audience. You'll get up to $30 off their best-selling Carver mat frame and free shipping. Go to auraframes.com/Pacman. Use the code Pacman. The link is in the description.